Ladies and gents, welcome to UX, and this is we finally know the truth, and Trump has had enough. 2 clicks from asmongold. This is about Pentagon details Iran bombings amid questioning about scope of damage and pressure against Trump's administration. Why don't people understand how military works? First of all, we can't know how much damage there was because it's in Iran. You attack your supposed enemy. You can't go there like, you can't punch somebody. Say like, show me your face, show me your teeth. Do you have any teeth left? He's not gonna show you. You can't go to Iran and check the damage. It was under the mountain. How are you gonna know that? You can just guess. I saw a sandbox video which was great. It kind of like made sense the way I thought how it's going to be with the white cement and everything like that. Like after bombing, you see white scattered around, which would be tunnel and cement and shit. It damaged, right? There's a reason why 12 bombs were dropped. Like, oh, it didn't do any damage. How the fuck do you know? Like, I'm all with you. Okay, let's criticize Trump. Oh, stupid Trump and his bombs didn't do anything. Okay, fine, let's do that. But you need something. Which basis you saying it? You just feel it? You just feel like it, like your GBU bombs that your country spanned in your military company, your military industrial complex, whether you hate it or not. It's yours. It basically keeps you safe. You're saying that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Let's watch this one. Remember, if you like my reaction, if you like they are react to asmongold and videos like that, don't forget to like and subscribe so that way I know which type of videos to react to more. Obviously, like I take all comments into consideration. Even if I don't reply, I usually watch, read all the comments, right? And obviously I take suggestion as well. Like watch little list is getting big, but okay. So yeah, obviously people are going to say like react to New York Sonor. Is that the name? I'll do that, but like he posts a video basically every day, and all those videos are hour long, or more than hour long. So which video about Hassan should I watch? Like comment down specific video, and yeah, sure, I'll do that. I still have to do one like video about like traveling guide to Europe video, which is also hour long. But somebody gave me like $10 or something in the comments, and I'm like, nah, I have to do it. Somebody put money there, their hard-earned money. I can't ignore that for a long time, so I have to do that first. And then I'll do the New York Sonor thing, which is also an hour long. I don't know, comment down specific video because I have way too many of them. So let's do this one.
As, no surprise to anybody with a fucking brain, all of the centrifuges and everything are fucking destroyed. This is confirmed by a third party, the UN nuclear watchdog. What a shocker.
Do you have certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside the Fordo mountain, or satellite photos that showed more than a...
Are you kidding me? You think that he doesn't?
Who do you think that person... Which channel? Is it CNN or... Because it's a telltale sign, isn't it? Like, who do you think that... That's probably something like Fox or something. I could be wrong. But it's just like there. Who's this guy who's just giving like side eye like that? Like, are you serious? Where he's from? Like, I don't know.
Know about the satellite photos. The publicly available satellite he doesn't even know about.
Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect. But Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally what the president says. I'm familiar. So I'm not aware of any intelligence that I've reviewed that says things were not where they were supposed to be, moved or otherwise.
Why not?
Look, man, I don't like what CNN has been doing recently, at least, with just trying to spin the narrative, even though some things are somewhat clear, but just because it's Trump. I didn't like what they say, like, oh, Space Force is so stupid, even though Neil deGrasse Tyson and many people like that basically pits that to Bush administration in 2002 or something like that, right? It just makes sense. Space Force just makes sense. So just because it's Trump, it sucks. That's not a good thing, right? I don't like what CNN, but I don't think president or president speaker should attack CNN because you still need to like treat it respectfully. You're not respecting CNN, you're respecting the concept of journalism. Even if you hate the journalism, what is apparent there, things can change. Extreme, biases in journalism over time, if done right and like put pressure on, can change. You don't want to change how people see the journalism because it matters. It's one of the pillars of democracy. You need that shit. Doesn't matter what, you need that shit. Doesn't matter what your view is. You can't just burn shit to the ground, right? I don't think you should attack. Like, you could be like snarky, you could be somewhat like jab at them at best, right? But you shouldn't be snarky, you shouldn't be attacking directly. That doesn't help, man. Because you're setting a precedent that next time somebody else from opposite party can come and do the same thing with Fox News and shit. Right? This is just back and forth. At the time, like people might, news is just a complete joke at a level that I don't even want to take it seriously. President doesn't take it seriously. And if news completely gets sidelined, you don't know the Pandora's box you're opening. You need journalism.
Acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission. The early
Bro, I am so fucking sick of this shit. What about the female pilots?
messages that you sent out.
This is so...
Asmon is right. What about female pirates? When are they going to get respect? I've seen too many games with the Blackbeard and all that shit. What about female pirates? There was some in Black Flag, I'm pretty sure. But why not female pirates getting any recognition? What, they can't be pirate? What you talking about, son? Okay, I hate this shit. Just because there is a certain element there, just because you're technically right, doesn't mean this is the right time or even the concept for it. This has nothing to do with any of that. The core concept has nothing to do. It's about America versus Iran, an operation trying to stop Iran nuclear bomb. It doesn't matter who there was, or you can talk about that later in the future documentary or something. Not now. There is a time and place.
Fucking ridiculous.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, of course, the chairman mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. When you spin it as, because I say our boys and bombers as a common phrase, I'll keep saying things like that.
Most of the military historically has been men dominated, and there's a reason for it. Men are more physically dominant than women are. It's just how it is. Nowadays, like electric fly-by-wire, things are becoming more and more easy, like how power steerings are. That shit is happening in like military equipment as well. So females can do a lot of things, but let's not get it twisted. Men are not just slightly stronger than women. Men are much stronger than women. Not to mention aggressive and explosive, which women can't be, doesn't matter how much they train at that level. People, there are a lot of women that has this kind of misconception. If a 200-pound lean muscular woman versus 200-pound lean muscular man fight, is going to be equal. No, it won't. Men will have an insane edge from bone density to how their muscles are. Just because they went through male puberty. They have higher amount of testosterone, much higher aggression. So if something is male dominated and just like phrase becomes, oh, our boys, it's because it's historic. That's it. That doesn't mean like they have to walk on eggshells and like have to watch what they say. You can't say boys anymore. Why the fuck not? Right? Women a lot of time has this like, man, don't say that. Women talk with each other and say man, because man has become this kind of like a phrase. Dude, don't do this. Two women talk with each other and say, dude. None of them are dude. Don't micromanage everything. That's annoying. You're trying to make people walk on eggshells. What are you doing? You're antagonizing people. Your own people are slowly decreasing. There's a reason why Trump was won with a majority of vote. A lot of you Democrats voted for him. I'm so pissed off I can't even remember what words I'm trying to say. It's just 1 minute in and you're pissing me off.
And I don't care if it's a male or a female in that cockpit, but it's the obsession with race and gender in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games.
Oh, man.
Do you know for certain that the uranium was removed from the facility before the B-2 struck?
Bro, this is the third time they ask one question. They're bots, bro.
Seems to be more of
You know what the fucked up part about it is? She probably is not even the worst. She probably knows like, why the fuck am I saying this? Because CNN told her you have to ask these questions. There's a real world element behind that. She might be one of those people like, okay, why is this shit important? Okay, fine, I guess I'll ask it. Imagine from her perspective, like she has to ask these questions.
of an assumption based off the fact that the bombs went in at the correct angle. They struck the exact aim points they were intended to, based off what appears to be years of gathering evidence and intelligence on the facility itself.
Yeah.
They believe that based off of those factors, this would have been successful, but they didn't provide the actual evidence.
So there was not a video inside of the Iran nuclear facility.
Again, like this video is being paused too much, but I have to get this off my chest. A major left-wing woke mentality is things are such a structural way that everything, basically if there is two sides, there is a one central mediator. Oh, this is not fair. Okay, it's about survival, not fair. There is no central power who's going to dictate what's fair or not. Stop being children. This is one of those things. There is not evidence. A lot of shit in life doesn't have evidence. Way too many things don't have evidence. When you get into someone's relationship and some kind of a domestic issue rises, you're not going to have evidence because you can't put CCTV cameras inside house. That's infringing on people's freedom and liberty. At that point, you're basically taking a chance with somebody. And there is an element of like, yes, somebody might commit a crime and get away with it. We have to live with that shit. We don't live in a world where there are absolutes. There is gray area. You're not going to get evidence in a lot of places. This is why judge and jury exist. Otherwise, there will be a clerk reading just like paper. Or there's a perfect evidence, I don't need judge and jury, you go to this jail. There's a reason why a load of evidence and like you have to make a whole case for it, because there is no fucking hard evidence. What do you mean hard evidence? You want somebody to go below then take a photo and then you'll believe it? What you talking about? Things have to, like I said in the past, in scientific community, you see a cave. Is there a bear there? Nobody's going to go inside and check. They're going to die. They'll put like white powder outside the cave, wait for it. Wait for the, seasons or whatever, right? Knowing that this is the time where bear would get out. And if there is no bear print there are no bears in that cave, assuming there is only one entrance and exit. You don't have to go inside the cave and check it. You can't have hard evidence every single time. And this is the very left-wing mentality that is rising now that didn't exist before. There was a time where left-wing people were like scientists and like educators were smarter than this, had higher IQ. But now they're so simplistic mentality like this. What about the hard evidence? This comes in like a lot of like societal issue as well. #Me Too and things, which is like, okay, it did a lot of good, but they have this assumption there must be hard evidence. Right? There must be hard. No, if you do certain things, you're kind of taking a risk. That's how life is. It's a gamble a lot of times. And bad elements might escape. Right? But they don't think, oh, okay, if there is no hard evidence, we should grab onto the next thing we can grab onto and just like prosecute it that way, whether we can prove it or not. Do you understand that phrase? If I'll let go of 100 criminals, if it means that I don't prosecute one innocent guy or some shit like that, like I'm fine with 100 criminal escaping. If it means I don't punish, innocent, because that's the fucked up part. Those 100 people that escaped, there is a possibility they might get catched in the future, but punishing the innocent is the fucked up part. Very left-wing people, extremely left-wing people are not understanding this concept. And this is all like kind of connected. This is why I'm bringing all this up. This is like, I was thought about this a lot. This is the mentality that is really connected.
Of the bomb exploding. So how do we even know that the bomb exploded? Literally everybody is saying our assessment shows the centrifuges used to enrich uranium in Iran's facilities have been completely destroyed. Literally everybody is in agreement with this except for the mainstream media. How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah. So we knew the truth. Like military already gave the truth. This is a political bickering. No one gives a shit about this. This is Trump has had enough. President Trump grinding for the Nobel Peace Prize after the Iran-Israel conflict. What? What does that have to do with he had enough?
This is crazy. Look at this. President Trump has convinced Bibi Netanyahu to end the war in Gaza within 2 weeks per multiple reports.
And we think within the...
Yeah, I'll see it when I believe it. Not because of Trump. No, I'm not saying Trump is a liar. I'm saying like I don't believe Netanyahu would do that.
Next week, we're going to get a ceasefire, and we're supplying, as you know, a lot of money and a lot of food to that area. People that have no food, no anything. The lines of people that get one meal, essentially. We're doing that because I think we have to on a humanitarian basis.
They've agreed.
CNN and MSNBC or whatever new headline: how Trump administration are giving food to terrorists in Gaza. That's what the headline's going to be. There you go.
That UAE, Egypt, and 2 other Arab states will govern Gaza jointly, replacing Hamas. Hamas leaders would be exiled. Bro.
If this shit happens, I'll just claim it here. Trump probably made one of the most insane thing happen in any president's history if this shit happens. But that is why I'm saying it, if this because I don't see this shit happening.
Oh, bro, if this shit happens, like, that's insane.
If the intelligence reports conclude that Iran can enrich uranium to a level that concerns you...
The last thing they're thinking about right now is nuclear. They're exhausted. No, I'm not worried about it at all. And I'm putting out a little statement. I'm going to respond.
Worry about it. I spent hundreds of billions of dollars into intelligence agency, hundreds of satellites that is looking over Iran right now. Too many people who basically twiddling their thumbs because the only job they have left is to watch Iran now because we're doing nothing else. Too many resources that are focused on Iran. What are they going to do? If they move, we'll see it. If they sneeze, we'll see it. This is America. So yeah, Trump is not worried. Of course he's not. There's no way in hell anything passes by US intelligence. They have too much equipment, too many satellites, too much thing.
Respond to the Ayatollah's statement yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God. We won the war.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they pulled Pakistan. We won. There you go.
I feel like that's exactly how he actually feels about it. Let him say it. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, let him say it.
Yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God. We won the war.
Yeah,
and
let
I
him
said,
say it.
You're
Sure.
a man.
Okay, seriously, like I've been watching Trump a lot, but when he says, we won, this is not how he talks. And only time he does it is trying to mock somebody. That was a mockery there. Oh, we won the...
Of great faith, man who's highly respected in his country. You have to tell the truth. You got beat to hell. And Israel was beat up too. And it was a great time.
I like how we respected him. Oh, he's a man of great faith. He's respected in his country, but you got to beat the shit out of you. I beat the shit out of you. They basically went like
Time
that.
to end it. It was quick. They got the hate out. There was a lot of hate. A lot of hate. It would be great if they didn't have that hate. But the last thing they're thinking about is nuclear weapons right now.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, last. I don't know about that one. One thing I've learned, one way or another, one thing I've learned, people don't inherently change. Like nowadays, I see that a lot. Like people will stand their ground. If you can see that on social media, in YouTube comments, argue with somebody, see if they back down, see if they say, "Oh, you're right, I understand your point," or at least, "No, I still understand my point, but I also understand your point." That's a very rare thing. People and people's mentalities don't change. I don't see Iran not pursuing nuclear. They'll still try to do it. They'll try to do it without US noticing or something, or at least they'll think that they are doing it without US noticing, where US does notice. Shit might happen in the future as well. Like, I'm sure that's gonna, like, give it a few years. US might have to, like, do the same shit again in few years. And maybe eventually Iran will be like, okay, now it's enough. We're literally helpless or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see like, oh my God, after spending decades and money into nuclear program for decades, we're going to stop now because USA bombed us once. That's not how anything works. I don't see that. But yeah. And that like Netanyahu thing and like stopping attack at Gaza, I don't see it. I don't see Gaza and Gaza's people accepting Egypt and everybody like meddling in. Maybe they are so tired of like destruction. They're like, I don't care, just stop. Maybe. Only thing I can think of, like Netanyahu would be fine if US itself literally controls Gaza and governs it, which is a can of worms in itself, which will cause much more uproar in the Middle East, not to mention people in Gaza and like overall the world. So that shit is never happening. and like Egypt and everybody like doing it. Nah, I don't see that. This is just too much. Middle is so complicated and so touchy subject. I don't see this working. But we'll see. Like somebody has to do something. And this is something. Fingers crossed. I don't care if it's 5% possibility it might work. What if it does? And Trump is one of those people who always throw dice and always somehow land sixes somehow. Alright, well, if you like my next one, don't forget to like, subscribe. Somehow my rant turned into a 20-minute video, but okay. Yeah, I'll see you next time.